Hello, my absolutely beautiful Aquarian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for November of 2022, where Aquarius this month, first and foremost, we are going to hit hard and heavy into Sagittarius season, which I love this because every year, every November, the Sag energy in your chart gets lit up. So your 11th house, long range plans, goals, designs, friends, organizations, connections gets lit up every year. And since in astrology we follow patterns, I want you to flash back to last November. What was going on for you in this 11th house zone that when you look at it this year, you can see how things have changed or are manifesting differently, or you are closer to the goals that you had last year, this year. So I'm very excited to talk about that for you, especially because I do think that this particular Sagittarius season offers you, it's like a lift, right? It's a little bit of a lift, like maybe you have taken on a role that's very Sagittarius, very Jupiter. There's more wisdom to it. Like you've taken a rise in your role, or maybe you know your role, right? You know it better. And there's a sense of like long-term respect associated with that. So I'm really interested to explore that with you this month. Now we also, as we're coming into the month, we've got our next eclipse, and it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. So to eclipse or to shake up the Taurus zone in any way, shape, or form, which Uranus is also involved in this, brings a cracking open of areas of our lives that have been in a rut. Now, I don't necessarily think that this eclipse is a surprise. I do think that it can be emotional and very impactful for the next 3 to 6 months, but not a surprise so much because you have been working on and in this area for some time. Now, as we close out this month with all of this Sagittarian energy, we're also going to see Jupiter, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, come out of retrograde as well, and that's got nothing but clarity and good stuff to offer moving forward. All right, Aquarius, let's jump in here and see what the month has to offer. So right at the beginning of the month on the 8th is when we're going to see this full moon lunar eclipse happening at 16 degrees of Taurus. Now, everybody and their sister is involved in this one. Mercury, Venus, Uranus, the North Node, right? There is a lot going on. There's a lot of factors that pull into this eclipse, and I don't want that to be big and scary for you. Instead, think of it like this. This is a really powerful full moon, so all of the lights are on, and it's saying something has to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. And for you, this lights up your 4th house space, so in your family zone. Now, because all of the personal planets are also involved with this, along with that node, which is the destiny pulling you forward, one of the senses I have of this is that what has to be ended, acknowledged, and adjusted for you, Aquarius, and you've been working on it all year, is your status and your wisdom. Like, it's time to step to the head of the family, right? It's time to be the next generation bringing something forward, right? These concepts, especially with Saturn here as well, out of retrograde, really refining you, bringing maturity, bringing expertise to your table, and that can be quite emotional. You know, I have this vision, and just use it as the metaphor, but this vision of the changing of generations, and it's like a sadness because you realize you're the next generation to carry the legacy forward. But that also means that there's this air of responsibility that comes with that. But at the same time, it means shedding the legacy and the generation that came before, right? It's this tender, I think, transitional place in between. But whatever it is, it's not necessarily new. This is just a prompt to continue to move forward and to refine this particular area. So what needs a course correction? You're going to want to take that because it's of value for you over this next 3 to 6 months as you see those changes happen. Now, again, and I've been beating the drum about it like all year long, I want you to flash back to 19 years ago. Right? In 2003, Aquarius, what was going on for you? What did you want? What did you want to achieve? What were you calling into your life? But it's like you couldn't do it. You missed the boat at that time, right? And now the universe is coming back to get you where you got stuck, and you're able to apply some new wisdom to this situation and actually move in the direction of that dream. So let me know in the comment section down below, what was that for you? Now, as we get to the 16th of the month, we're going to kick in this Sagittarian energy. So we see Venus move into Sagittarius. On the 17th, Mercury comes into Sagittarius. On the 22nd, we see the Sun officially begin Sagittarius season. And on the 23rd, we've got a new moon at 1 whole crisp degree of Sagittarius. So right here, we have got this energy of absolutely lighting up your 11th house space. Okay. Now, first of all, in the 11th house, we're thinking of groupings, friends, organizations, right? Social media, social things, digital things in your life. But also, I carry with me this theme of long-range goals, aspiration, and progress that you want to make. Now, this is coming out of the 11th house as well. And in the energy of Sagittarius, this Sagittarius is going confidently in the direction of their dreams. So what is it for you that is giving you this rise in respect, or this rise in, I want to expand long term in this direction? You know, is it this legacy kind of energy where I am the next generation of fill in the blank that will bring something forward, that will expand it out? This is my dream. This is my goal. This is where I see freedom, whatever that looks like for you. Now, the 11th house, when I think about it, is like long range, long term. You know, have you needed to reevaluate a grouping or a tribe of people that you've been connected to, and you like jump on board with a different one that supports you better? And this doesn't always have to be negative. You know, I've got the family metaphors going today. So think of it like this. You know, before, when you were single and living your best life, running with the single people was cool. That grouping really worked for you, and your goals and their goals were in alignment. And then you got coupled up, and then it was like, oh, running with them single people, being up till 2 a.m. is not my jam anymore. You know, so it's this constant willingness to apply Sagittarius, Jupiter, wisdom to your life, and make sure that you are, you know, asking the right questions about the groupings that you are aligned with, to make sure that y'all are on the same, you're in the right tribe, you're going in the same direction, okay? Now, on the 23rd, we've got that new moon at 1 degree of Sagittarius, which is important to understand, because first of all, the new moon asks us, or offers us, this really fertile time to plant our seeds of intention to begin something new, or to bring fresh perspective to it. It's in the energy of Sagittarius, which naturally wants to expand the horizons, wants to have a hope, wants to have a vision, wants to connect with the wider world. But also at 1 degree, this is an initiation degree in this chart. Now, within minutes of this lunation as well, we see that Jupiter is coming out of retrograde, which is the ruling planet of this lunation. So it is like, confidently move this thing forward. Where are you going that your reach is stretched, where your wisdom is stretched and required and welcome, where you're speaking a different language in your life, right? What does that look like for you, and who's the tribe supporting you as you get there? Now, like I said, we've got Jupiter coming out of retrograde at 28 degrees of Pisces. This Jupiter retrograde has worked between 28 degrees of Pisces and 8 degrees of Aries, so between your 3rd and your 2nd houses, okay? Flashback to May 4th of 2022. This is when Jupiter moved into pre-retrograde shadow time. So it started to slow down and show you some lessons that you were going to be working on in that Piscean energy. Okay, so what was going on for you? What was starting to come into consciousness? You know, and Jupiter is an interesting energy because it lifts the veil on old wisdom for us, right? So that you can move into new wisdom as Jupiter is out of retrograde, and that wisdom is it's respected, right? You level up a little, you go from just being the teacher to a little bit more of a guru, right? There's just a greater wisdom and expansion for you in this particular area for you. Now, in your value, in your voice, how you make money, you know, with your siblings. Think about that in the 3rd house. Was there a change of position for you, or a change of respect of your voice in some way. And also, do you feel like, Aquarius, that there's also been a change of direction around your finances for you now that the veil has been lifted? It's like, oh, those old beliefs don't work for me anymore, right? That was a delusion, and now I'm ready for what's next. So this season, very much so in November, feels like for you a coming current. Bring all that current wisdom and all that current respect to the table so that you are working in reality, hopeful and ready to go in the direction of your dreams. My beautiful Aquarians, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know in the comment section down below. What are you finding in your patterns? 2003, what was happening? What was happening in May of this year that you saw with that Jupiter coming into pre-retrograde shadow time? July 28th, when Jupiter actually went retrograde at 8 degrees of Aries. What was happening into your life that we're going to see the wisdom of it wake up by the time we get to February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2023? All right, my friends, I love you a ton, and I'll see you next month. Bye.